I wanted to mix two of my favorite fandoms, Harry Potter and Arcane. I think about Arcane so much since it left a big hole in my heart. I'm binge watching Harry Potter movies but still think about this show. It gave me the idea to find out what houses these characters are in. Spoilers ahead for both Arcane and Harry Potter movies. To start off, these are what the houses mean. Gryffindor is for brave at heart, daring, and chivalrous. Hufflepuff are loyal, patient, and value hard work. Ravenclaw are known for their intelligence but also being wise, logical, and rational. Slytherins are any mean to achieve their ends as they are ambitious, cunning, and resourceful. I think Jinx is a Slytherin as once she becomes motivated, things will get done. Also, her commentary can get her into shit but she won't hold back what she feels. I was kinda leaning towards Ravenclaw as she's super smart but she isn't as rational. Powder in the other universe would 100% be Ravenclaw though. Jinx reminds me a lot of Draco Malfoy's path as he was going down on his emotions, not knowing where his loyalty could stand due to not being able to trust anyone, but also is devoted to any cause they are in. Everyone already wrote him as a villain, so he was just pushed further down that path. But in the end, both of them realized that this was their choice to make. They are both super resilient to what has happened to them, and their mistakes just make them even stronger in the end. Leadership is also a big trait to have in Slytherin, which in the last season Jinx is shown just like that, even if she didn't pursue being seen that way. Ekko is such a Gryffindor because there's so much bravery in him, always putting others before himself and standing up for what he believes in. He never strays from the path of justice for the ones who can't fight. Although he is smart like a Ravenclaw, that gets outweighed by the strength and bravery of his heart. He is determined for the human rights of Zaun and isn't afraid to pick a fight if he has to, but is also very much open to friendships along the way, as long as they have the same beliefs for freedom. He isn't self-motivated like a Slytherin, but instead looking out for everyone around him. We can see this when Ekko builds an area for safety for those who need it, and makes sure to balance fighting with keeping the people in Zaun alive. I also see Vi as a Gryffindor since all she does is try to fight for what is right, even if sometimes she gets strayed from her path, her heart is always in the right place just like Ekko. Gryffindors are also really cocky, which Vi totally is. This kind of reminds me that she always follows trouble without a plan and fights first and thinks later. It's crazy how many times she does this. People on TikTok have compilations of her doing so. She is also very daring and won't back down from a challenge, just like in the first season with fighting Sevika. No matter how many times she got knocked to the floor, she persevered. It's rare to see a person have such a flame that can't even be put out with water. Caitlyn is a Ravenclaw. Even though Jinx and her mirror each other when they grieve when someone they love died, which might make you think she's a Slytherin, but she was always brought up to think in an investigator way, always having backup plans and research in hand before going into a place, and also having a way to find out what happened in a crime scene just by looking at it. This was shown a lot in season 1 as all her time in her room was made up of investigations and ideas instead of wasting time. Kate is always in solitude, not caring to make friends since she is so focused on what she wants to do. Ravenclaws are known to be more alone as they tunnel vision their studying. Clagger was such a sweetheart, he would totally be a Hufflepuff. I will always remember him taking care of Powder even when she did something wrong. He never once called her Jinx. Someone pointed out that the dolls that Jinx created had two different materials. Clagger had soft materials while Mylo was metal. He is very observant and friendly to others, trying to comfort them like he did Mylo, but of course he wasn't too fond of that, but he still tries to be there for them when it's needed. Mylo was for sure a Slytherin, always taunting and bullying Powder, and also hated the fact when Powder was beating him at anything, like the shooter game, his head almost exploded. A lot of Slytherins try to fit in, and if they feel even a bit insecure, they will take it out on anyone who is smaller than them to divert the gaze of their shortcomings. This is to make them seem tougher and hide their true colors. Also, I know he is a child, but both him and Powder were, and they both impacted each other in different ways. At least we know in different universes he grows out from being a brat and Powder isn't a Jinx. Mel is a Slytherin, making sure she takes risks but also keeps a close eye on everyone whenever she isn't around. She is very cunning, able to influence and manipulate people to her advantage. Her loyalty to Piltover and wanting peace with Zaun overpowers her mom's aggressiveness to take what she wants. I didn't know if to put Heimerdinger in Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff, but I sided with Hufflepuff after the last episode he was in. He sacrificed himself for Ekko to get back and save everyone. He is very smart, but his kindness to others no matter what overpowers the thought of him being in Ravenclaw. Even when he was in the other universe, he was patiently waiting for Ekko to come and kept busy. Though this wasn't his universe, he was still determined to help out. Sevika is 100% Slytherin. From her resourcefulness to determination, pretty much has all the attributes a Slytherin would have. If she was getting read by the Sorting Hat, it would know just by her coming close to him, just like Draco Malfoy. Her loyalty to Zaun and the cause for its freedom no matter what makes her never stray from the path. She looked at the bigger picture, always finding a leader to do what's best, but in the end she was the best leader, never backing out from her freedom to be equals. Viktor is a Ravenclaw as he's more into books than humans. His research comes first, but also has an emotional limit to stop if it affects the human race, since he wants to advance them, not hinder them. This made him smart emotionally, but also mentally. Ravenclaws are also big introverts, which which he is. Even how he speaks to others, diverting his eyes and turning away from people is proof physically. Jayce is just like Vi, Gryffindor. They are both brave and fight for what they believe in, but I swear their brains are made up of bricks. But their hearts are always there, giving them the path to follow. In the beginning, he just wanted to give his mom the life he thought she deserved. Everyone around him saw his ambitious attitude, and even when everyone was against him in season 2, he was still determined to do what was right. Silco is also a Slytherin, but unlike Sevika having the best attributes of one, he has the worst, just like Voldemort. He is a leader by force, making his way to the top by any means. Even if the cause itself is destroyed along the way, as long as he is on top, he is okay. It is a very controversial topic that Silco saw Jinx as his daughter, which I truly want to believe, but I just feel like it was all to manipulate her. He didn't want to lose her for the fact that he built her as a weapon, making her the best to run around and follow directions. Silco also saw a beautiful mess to control. Silco doesn't comprehend how to love someone unconditionally. Ambessa is a Slytherin too, as she will do anything to get what she wants. Her ambitions keep her treading through the worst. She will forever be one of my favorite villains as she's unapologetically evil. Ambessa is a total tank and stands for what she believes in and shows no emotional weakness even when she dies. I love seeing a villain do both manipulate and strong as fuck, as she is both the fox and the wolf. Vander would be a Hufflepuff, dedicating himself to hard work and also getting out of trouble to make sure Vi, Powder, Mylo, and Clagger grow up in a better environment. The people in Zaun always sought him out to help, and he always gave everyone the best he could. Vander is both dedicated and hardworking, just like a Hufflepuff. He knows when to back down, as his ego doesn't need to be soothed by others. If you think otherwise, let me know down below. You might know the characters better than I do.